Our topic today is going to be words. We're going to continue this because words are really powerful. They reveal our heart. They establish or erode our credibility. And because we live in a very word-heavy society, we've never had to practice more discernment, more care in what we say and how we say it, and the timing and the method and so on. There's just a lot. And your generation is the first with that, all right? I'm not that old, but I mean, we had the phone and passing notes. I mean, or I'll write you a letter, okay? That was pretty much it. And of course, smoke signals. But other than that, it was pretty limited. You have a lot of options. So we've got to think about that. So our guest today, the answer to the trivia question, who's the first ever guest on Not So Late Night With, please welcome back to the big show, Ms. Amy Fox. Here we go. Did you ever think you'd be introduced by AC/DC in a chapel? All right.
I've always thought that.
We went Richard Marks to AC/DC, so you'll be going there in a second. So thanks for being here. Thanks for trying this out, being a guinea pig in front of everybody.
You know this chair is huge.
It is huge. Well, it's huger
Tiny.
for you. Yeah, I don't really have a phone book or a booster chair. So anyway, I'll slough down a little bit too. Okay.
Yeah,
all right. Well, good eye posture there. All right. Happy holidays to you. Hope it was good. Did you get a lot of Christmas cards?
Do I get a lot? Oh, is this on?
It is.
Okay.
But you got to be right here.
Right here.
Yeah.
Did I get a lot of Christmas cards? No.
No, it's coming. All right. 'Cause we get a lot, and so I got a scenario for you. So you get a Christmas card from some friends, and they see you after the holidays, and they're like, "Hey, did you get our Christmas card? What'd you think of our picture?" And so this is the picture. So here's my specific question. In terms of word choice, how do you be polite? How do you be honest? How do you deal with stackable denim? I don't really know. I don't know. So what do you do with that?
Is there a way?
Well, I hope so.
Polite in this scenario? I might just say, wow, that took some impressive flexibility, really, on the part of all involved. I would say you should probably go start a family gymnasium.
Really? Would you really say that?
No.
Okay.
I wouldn't say that.
Because this is. I mean, it is a tough scenario. It's kind of like, when do you be honest? When do you talk about other things? Like, wow, is that tree in your backyard? And
I would find the one really honest thing. I mean, they all look really happy. I would say, wow, you all look really happy. Tell me about your year and why you were all so pleased.
That's well done. I might actually steal that as we go. More seriously though. So.
I don't think that's enough. Oh no, that's good. Okay.
Larry Anderson, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm 43. Just had a birthday, and so that means my teen years were the 80s. So.
Lucky.
I recognized the Richard Marx song right away in the talent show video. So we had a limited number of voices in our lives. I mean, you had TV, but it was cable. It was like 36 channels. You had the radio. There weren't a lot. You couldn't download anything. Nobody knew what that was. And then there were also, social media was talking to each other with like the music playing in the background. I mean, that was really social media. So how do you practice discernment in a culture of, frankly, a lot of words, if not too many words? Like, how do you become a thinker?
That's a great question. Something I've been thinking a lot about in preparation for this is the fact that in 2014 now, we've never had more freedom in language and we've never had more anonymity. And I think those two things, taken to their extreme point, can result in very damaging things. Very damaging.
Is anonymity good or bad? Or what you make it?
I think it's generally bad. Certainly there's always places where it could be good and useful, but I guess in the realm of social media, I think it's generally it seems to take away that natural filter people have for saying what is appropriate, and it allows them to say whatever they want, which is a big problem.
Yeah.
And the fact that we have so much language, there's so many outlets for language, there's so many outlets for our opinions. If you couple that with the fact that now people are no longer tied to an identity, they're just a Twitter handle of their choosing or a comment board poster of their choosing. I mean, I think that we would be fools to say that we're not going to be affected by that. That we're not going to be, we're not going to somehow make bad decisions when we're presented with those two freedoms.
Are you on Twitter?
No. Actually, that's not true. I am. I've tried Twitter twice. I don't get it.
Okay.
I don't.
Would you recommend anybody who has a Twitter handle using their real name and possibly even a picture of themselves?
I would recommend that.
Why?
Because I think that you're, like I said earlier, you're tied to your identity. You can't just sort of say whatever you feel like. You have to filter it. And many times when we filter things, we're saying something that is more appropriate, more truthful, more kind than what we would say otherwise.
How do we get lazy with our speech? What's lazy speech look like? Like just spouting off an opinion without really thinking through it, or even just retweeting or liking something that's dumb?
Yeah, well, those are forms of speech. Retweeting is a form of speech, and liking something on Facebook is a form of speech. We get lazy with our speech, like we get lazy with anything. Like we get lazy with our money, like we get lazy with the environment, like we get lazy with our schoolwork. We just don't try anymore. And it's like with basic supply and demand. The more you have of something, the more you have of gasoline, say, the less valuable it becomes. The more you have with words, the less valuable those words become. And so now we have an abundance of language, we have an abundance of outlets for it, and we've forgotten, or at least we never took the time to put in place restrictions on that, constructs or even etiquette to kind of determine how to appropriately use those outlets for our language. So, yeah, we get really just people don't. I think we get lazy with our language by forgetting that language matters.